As Hurricane Milton made landfall near Siesta Key, Florida, as a Category 4 storm in October 2024, a small camera station operated by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers documented its arrival and impact on the coastline nearby. The cameras are part of the CorpsCam network developed by the U.S. Army Engineer Research and Development Center, or ERDC. The cameras continued to operate throughout the storm, collecting invaluable data and images of the extensive storm surge, structural overtopping, and large waves. And they did it all while transmitting that data near real time. The camera system's ability to collect and transmit data while taking a direct hit from a hurricane showcased both the system's resilience and its importance for helping engineers and scientists better understand severe coastal storms and their impact on our coastlines.
There would not have been, with a standard survey crew, enough time to go out and measure each in-between storm, particularly because some areas were completely inaccessible and damaged. However, we had cameras on location, they withstood it, and they had captured and transmitted video of the storm while it hit. So we were able to get the maximum amount the water came up, we're able to give estimates of the overtopping, or how high the water was in the storm surge, actually during the storm. And what we found was even the direct hit hurricane actually produced less shoreline damage than the previous hurricane.
ERDC developed CorpsCam to overcome the challenges of surveying inaccessible areas after storms, withstanding hurricane force winds, to capture bathymetry and images, or to stand watch over natural coastline processes. The system uses remote video technology to better monitor federal beach and other coastal projects. Since the system's launch, ERDC has worked to transition it to USACE districts, providing a less expensive and innovative way for engineers and project managers to keep a close eye on coastlines and beach nourishment projects.
Our district engineers, a lot of times when they design projects, they are doing it kind of either somewhat blind or hands tied behind their back, because our data is very limited out there on what the beach has historically been doing, how it will react to new sediment introduced in a beach nourishment project or something like that. And so the quick answer to do that, to fix that problem, is to get more measurements. However, getting more measurements in the ocean is very time-consuming, dangerous, and particularly during storms, it's really dangerous and difficult to get accurate measurements.
As the program has matured from large, expensive camera systems to now incorporating off-the-shelf trail and hunting camera systems, the innovation behind how the data is transmitted, represented, and interpreted has accelerated.
The idea is that you deploy a camera system that it's automatically taking pictures. We can calibrate this camera system so that it can make maps, almost like Google Maps or Google Earth. And from there we can actually get real-world measurements of the shoreline. There's been algorithms to develop bathymetry, or the depths, and currents. And so when we're able to get those real-world measurements and saying something is in feet versus pixels, that's when we can give useful information to our district engineers.
CorpsCam is just one example of how ERDC engineers and scientists are adapting and pushing the limits of existing and new technologies, using them in new ways to quickly confront challenges across the civil works and military engineering portfolios.
Beforehand, there were a lot of expensive instruments and things like that to measure coastal processes, but now we're kind of taking advantage of the strides made in AI, made in video technology, made in robotics, and adapting them to coastal applications.
Thanks to coastal engineering expertise developed under decades of research, ERDC is continuing to discover new technologies and techniques to better design coastal projects, develop improved coastal management, and protect our nation's critical coastlines.